Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, and welcome back to another Chats with Chand video. I hope you're all doing amazingly and having a great week. Today, as you may know from the title, I am doing an Asian people problems video. So I asked you guys on Instagram, and if you aren't following me on Instagram, what are you doing with your life? Make sure you go and follow me. And I actually did a couple of reels in this outfit, so make sure you go and check that out on my Instagram. Let's get on with the video. So the first Asian people problem is finding someone to marry, lol in capitals. And but I think it's the way that we go about it, and it's mainly like the older generation. So, you know, like they'll be like, oh, you've just graduated and now you need to get married, and you're like, oh my god, so much pressure. I need to get married, I need to get a job, I need to do this, I need to do that, and this and that and this, and it's just like there's too much going on. And I don't think it's necessarily finding someone to get married, but you know, you'll get married when God has destined you to get married, and when it's written. Don't worry, we're all in the same position. Somebody else said, what will they say? Now this is a really big one, and I totally agree with this one. I think a lot of the time, whether it's our parents or even siblings or anybody, what will they think? If you do this, what will they think? If you do that, what will they think? And it's very much on what will society think? What will the community think? What will your aunties and your uncles and your cousins think? And it's like, you know what? If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. So yes, boys and girls, if you are young people trying to do something that you really enjoy, just go for it. Like, thank God when I started YouTube, my parents were like, oh, okay, this is really cool, why do you want to do it? But nothing like, oh, what will these people think, what will that people think? And I'm just like, you know what, because I want to do it, I'm gonna do it, and that's it. So I think sometimes we need to stand our ground, and if you need your parents' help, I'm sure there's somebody else there, if they're not up to it, to help you, your friends, your family. But yeah, I think that is a really big thing, like, oh, what will they think? And I think it kind of comes back to the like the one before about getting married. Oh, it's like, oh, what if you get married too late? What is this person gonna think, and that person gonna think, and what are they gonna say? Or if their kid got married earlier, or like, my kid's not getting married earlier, what is this? And I'm just like, you know what? Let's cut the conversation here. You get married when you want to, when you're ready, when you have someone, blah blah blah. Just do it then, okay guys? Don't listen. Do what you want to do, because if you are not going to be happy with your life, then what is the point? Do you know what I mean? Cool. So the next one is, you know auntie's daughter works here, why can't you be more like her? I think I'm okay with how I am and what I do in life. Like, just because they're a doctor or they're a nurse, why are you comparing your child to somebody? You don't know that person completely. Like, you don't know the ins and outs of their life. If you did know the ins and outs of their life, you might think, oh, you know what, my kids are okay as they are. I'm not saying this is my parents, I'm just saying this generally. But yeah, be your own person, people. Like, if your mom or somebody says that to you, or your daddy or your ba, or whoever says that to you, you just be like, you know what, you don't know their whole life. If you did, you'd think something else. So yeah. The next one is, when you're going to get work that you went to uni for. So I haven't heard this one yet. My parents know, you know, after uni it's hard to try and get a job. You know, so you use a lot of money to go to uni. You know, if you've got a really good degree, that's amazing. You know, it's not as easy as it used to be to get a job, and with COVID and Corona at this time, it's probably 1,000 times harder. So, you know, if you're doing other things, like if you've got another job like in retail, or you know, in something else that isn't what you went to uni for. So at least you're bringing in money, you're supporting your family, you are enjoying life, because those are the things that matter more. I understand from probably a parent's perspective that, you know, you went to uni, say for 3 or 4 years or more, and you're not doing what you went to uni for. But you know, things in life change, you know, you go with the flow and you see what you get. So yeah.
So this one's from my cousin in India. This is so hilarious. So she said, well, I'm from India and the current problem is coronavirus. I know it's not funny, but it is, because, and that's her problem right now, and I totally get it. Like, everywhere's corona, you know, it went up and then it's gone back down. It's not an Asian people problem, but it's everyone problem. So everyone can, you know, resonate with it.
Right, the next one is when non-Indians get offended by dipping toast in chai. I also want to add another one to this, because how can you say chai tea? Chai equals tea. So you're saying tea. Why do you want to say tea twice? So it's either you say tea or you say chai or jai or however you want to say it. But just please break them up. I thought, you know, let me try it. And you know what? Soaking your toast in chai is the best thing ever. If you haven't tried it, you can't say anything about it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel your pain. But I did biscuits in chai.
Like, I do it with English tea as well. English tea is basically the kettle tea. That's how I say it in my house. Like, if my mum wants tea, she'll be like, oh, Chan, can you go and get me some tea? And I'm like, yeah, sure, mum. Do you want Indian tea or English tea? So see, I'm saying tea, but with the type of tea, not chai tea. Unless you're trying to say masala chai, which means like it's like the powder that they add into the tea, so it's got some like flavouring. But yeah, I don't get it.
But yeah, I've never experienced that, but it is a good point. So the next one is when non-Indians can't get over the fact that you don't eat eggs because you're vegetarian. Now I've got this so many times, like I can't even, they say, oh, you don't eat meat, and I'm like, yeah, and fish and eggs. And they're like, what, fish? Well, then I'd be a pescatarian, wouldn't I? It's like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then I say eggs, and they're like, oh, so you don't eat eggs. So how I explain it is because I'm a strict vegetarian, or I say I'm an Indian vegetarian. So I actually don't know the reason why, but I really don't like eggs. Yeah, so I think it's to do with not killing a human being, but I've just realised that eggs are unfertilised. So, but I get the frustration behind that, you know, a lot of people don't eat eggs, and you're like, huh? Like, why? Because I know a lot of vegetarians that do. So they're like, oh, so you vegan? And I'm like, no, cheese, milk, chocolate, they're all my life. Literally. So I don't know, it's just a way of life that we have become to be. The next one is letting boys out but not girls. And I think this is a really big problem in the Asian community, because I have a brother, I'm a girl, obviously. So seeing it as having two different genders in one household, I can very much tell it's different. I can understand parents, you know, they want to protect their girls, but I think it's also, we need to understand to protect the boys and the teachings that we give to boys and the teachings that we give to girls. I think the same teachings need to be given to boys and girls, and I understand, you know, with girls are going to be a bit more protective. I don't think it's a trust thing, it's more of protecting you from other people. So us society changing nowadays, I think especially British Asians, we have the mindset of, you know, especially with myself, that if when I have kids, I do actually want to have one boy and a girl, and I want to push out to both of them the same teachings. I don't want to be like, oh, to the boy, oh, you can go out, but the girl, no, you're staying in. she wants, you know, to go out with her friends, like letting the boy go out and do whatever he wants, but the girl is being restricted until she gets married. I just don't understand that logic, that when a girl is married then she can do what she wants. But why can't she do anything for herself before she gets married? Why does she have to be in that relationship? Why does she have to have that life commitment before she can do anything, you know? Whether that's going on holiday with your friends or doing anything, it's a very restricted area. And I think with my generation, when we have kids, I think that we will have a very different approach to that. Going into the fridge or into the cupboard and it being a biscuit tin. We all know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a sewing kit, it's gonna be some curry, it's gonna be some sakrotli, it's gonna be some khichdi, it's gonna be something else than biscuits. That has happened so many times. But I get the struggles, like you get all these tubs and then
there's been times where my mum's like, oh yeah, I'm going to this person's food, but I haven't had my tub back. They came last week, and I'm like, it's a tub. Like, okay, fair enough, it's one of those steel ones which have your name on it, and you're like, yeah, I need that back. But if it's a Flora butter or an Anchor butter, why do you need it back? Like, honestly, you've got Anchor butter in the fridge right now. Like, honestly, come on, really? But yeah, let's go into the next one.
Having dark hair and always being able to see my mustache. So always. So
I literally, because I'm quite light skinned, it's very frustrating when, even if my moustache is coming out like the tiniest bit, literally the tiniest bit, and it will look like I've got some green on my face. Honestly, like I've got green all the way here, and I'm like, how, why, sorry, what? Literally, it's so annoying, and I feel your struggles. And it's the same with arm hair, underarm, leg hair. Anywhere you have hair is a problem, and especially if it's visible to people. And again, that's another societal thing. To be honest, I'm very happy that COVID has come and we have to wear face masks. Because when I go to work, I just wear the face mask and nobody has to look at my man face. But then when I have to go on YouTube, I literally just did my moustache like 2 hours ago. So yeah, it's a very annoying thing. I get you, girl. Oh boy, girl.
Moms and their sons having next level bond. Yeah. Just yeah. I don't think it is necessarily like every single family, because like my mom and me and my mom do obviously have a really good bond, but I just know that my mom and my brother have the best bond ever, like ever. And I think it's because like he's a mummy's boy and I'm a daddy's girl, right? So if I need anything, I'll be like, oh dad, and then he'll be like, I'll go and ask your mom, and I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this, because I know I'm just not gonna get it. But yeah, I do get it. I remember my friend and I having this conversation, and we both have brothers, so her brother's younger and my brother's older, and we're like, we can just tell that our mums are so much, I don't know, it's not that they love them more, but it's more that they just connect more. And it's just like, it's every single household, like every single son, every single mother will have that connection. And I'm like, what? I don't know if it's because, you know, the boys aren't gonna get married off, and I'm like, surely if they're not getting married off, you need to give me more love. Like, come on, I'm gonna be gone in a few years. I'm joking, I'll probably not, but like seriously, I get it, I do get it. And it's like, it's annoying sometimes, it really is. Okay, let's put it this way, it's weird, good and annoying relationship all in one. Going to an Indian wedding and being asked by distant relatives if you recognize them. Awkward. When you're like, I have no clue. Always. Like, I'll go up with my mum into the wedding hall and she'll say hello to some random person, and obviously I'm standing next to her and I look like her, and like, oh, atari dikri che, and it's like, nah, I'm just some random person that's gonna stand with my mum, right? Like, what? It's just like, it's just such an auntie thing. I get it that they don't want to get it wrong, but you just know it's me. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, ketli moti thai gai, and like holding your cheek, and I'm like, no, 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 I've just put makeup on, what are you doing to me? Or they'll like put their hand on your head, and it's like, yeah, thanks for the blessings, yeah, but my hair. And yeah, I've had this happen so many times to me. Like, I'll walk off and I'll be like, Mom, who were they? Kaun chhe? Kaun hatta? I don't know. They're like, and then my mom's like, oh, ichene motaba na dikra na chokra na aloka na. And I'm like, who? Ochene ola motafa ichene na dikra na chokra na. I don't know. I'm just like, sorry, what? Sorry, what? Like, okay, but then they're also related to me, and they're related to your dad, and they're related to Ba, and I'm like, okay, I don't know this person, so why are they coming up to me and be like, do you know me? Because I'm like, I've never seen you in my life. Like, literally. Always being asked when I'm getting married just because I've finished my degree. 100%. 100%. If you guys saw my final results video, my cousin, I think it was like, oh, so when are you getting married? And I'm like, mate, you're older than me. You are, how old is he? Yeah, I'm like, mate, you're 28, you get married. And then my mum's like, oh no, Danny, like, if you have someone and he doesn't get married, you can get married first. And I'm like, I think I'm good. It's the same conversation I have when somebody asks about me, and I'm like, brother over there, he's not standing over there, by the way, he's at work, but like, brother over there, older than me, 5 years older. But yeah, when my mom says that, I'm like, it's kind of true. Like, if I find someone and my brother hasn't, I'm gonna get married. Like, I'm not gonna wait for him to get married. It's just the thing that I'm just like, he's older, he can get married first. But yeah, I feel your pain.
I have never said them. Why do you always come into my videos?
But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for sending me some Asian people problems. Yeah, if you want me to do like a part 2 or part 3, like do it into a series, let me know, and I will happily do that. So make sure you like this video if you have liked it, comment down below if you want me to do another series, and make sure you subscribe because I'm so cool. I'm joking. For now, have a great week, have a great day, and Jai Shri Krishna and Namaste. Bye.